I'm gonna hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio Skulls all day.
The Mad Scientist Lab.
187 on An Undercover Cop of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast. As always, it is I, RJ, the pizza guy, along with Jared, the visual mad scientist.
Mm-hmm.
Jared, say hello. Give him that famous thumb of yours. Do it.
Yeah, there's one.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm disappointed you didn't give us a thumb today, sir.
I gave you a finger.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The thumb is pretty iconic.
I should say a digit. I should say.
Well, a digit, a thumb, doesn't matter. Your thumb is like the
God.
dad
Is
thumb.
It really that serious?
Yes, there we go. All right. I'm glad everybody got to see that. You probably made somebody's day doing that, Jared, and you don't know. You could have saved a life.
I might have made somebody's day by just giving them the other finger.
Well, they can have been, maybe you gave them some sort of epiphany, a realization that their life isn't what they thought it was.
Yes, I probably hate them.
And I'm sorry that is. And you should be sorry that is too. What did you do to upset Jared? Probably be a dick or a weirdo. The only two things he doesn't like besides myself. But regardless, folks, we are here for another action-packed, fun-filled, ride-driven, crazy adventure-ish, kind of, and stuff. And
Ride-driven?
I don't know. I was just kind of going with the motion.
Mm.
Sometimes I might say a bunch of haberdash, but sometimes I say...
Wait a minute. I don't think that's how that's used.
I understand that's not how it's used,
Okay.
but I just like the word. I mean, it's haberdash.
Do you know what a haberdashery is?
I am very aware.
So what if...
I don't know. I just think it's a word that isn't used very often, and I just always find it hilarious whenever it is. So that's
it
all.
doesn't. We don't use it anymore because it's old school.
But still, regardless. But yeah. So Jared, something has been going on this week. It has been going on, I guess, for a little. Well, yeah, I would say mostly this week. Something that I knew immediately that I wanted to discuss with you on Saturday. I said it on Tuesday. I said it on Wednesday.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the potential civil war that's going on in Russia right now.
Well, that is actually a very real thing, and it's kind of insane what's happened in the last several days.
Actually, last several hours.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's a thing.
We might be able to get to that. I've heard they've turned back and this, but it could be propaganda out of the fucking Kremlin and all that shit. But you know how they do.
Yeah, so the big story this week, everywhere, was about this submarine that went down to explore the remains of the Titanic. Okay, and I wanted to bring it up. One,
you already know what I'm going to say.
I'm not laughing at no, and that's what I kind of wanted to get into because we were kind of all watching it develop in real time, like we do most unfortunate, catastrophes in life.
What up, Phobia?
And I didn't really know this was going on until I started seeing memes. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Same here. And then the memes that I was seeing was like, okay. Once I figured out what was going on, I was like, dang, y'all motherfuckers just don't care.
Yeah, some people, okay, now, and this is where I wanted to get into, is just kind of the state of society. And we talk about it enough, but we have a major, regardless, major or minor, however you view it, people's lives are in dire jeopardy. And then, as always, like rotational clockwork, the internet comes out of the cut. And they're like, you know what? I think it's time to roast these people.
Yeah. And
it proceeds for days on end, and I'm not going to lie to you. Before I knew anything that was going on, I thought some of them were pretty funny. Okay? In terms of the context in them, not like, oh, these people are dead or dying or whatever.
I get it. Yeah, I didn't really find that many of them funny, to be honest.
Two of them I found really funny.
The Xbox controller one?
No, that was, I guess that was like a chuckle out of me.
Yeah, it wasn't even a chuckle. It was like, huh?
Yeah.
That's clever.
I can't remember which one I saw, but it basically just said like aliens like live in the ocean and not in the sky, and it was just something around that.
They do.
And so, all right, so hear me out. So then that meme just right there just kind of had me thinking. I was like, what if we are backwards about this? What if
100% we are.
What if
Well, not totally.
What if the whole time we've been looking in space and they're right here on Earth, just in the sea?
Bruh, we can't get down there. We like what we have seen. The shit looks like from another planet because the conditions deep in the deep ocean are so extreme that for life to evolve there, it had to become some weird, seemingly out of this world type thing. We're just not used to seeing this shit. These motherfuckers are under extreme pressure, cold as shit, no fucking light. So you're gonna get some weird alien looking shit. And that also kind of brings into the conversation of whether there's life on other planets.
Yeah.
If life can be strange, weird animals that we probably haven't still seen, some we haven't still seen in the ocean here, imagine shit that probably could have developed on another planet with a whole different type of ecosystem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it just kind of had me thinking. And then I really started to, memes and poor taste from the internet aside, what happened is horrible, to say the least. But then I started looking into, I guess, more of this stuff just because it was on the news. And I started reading, and I don't know the truth to some of this stuff, and that's why I wanted to discuss it with you, is one, how this submarine was made, how it was operated, okay, and then 3, was this really a good idea to begin with, So apparently from what I've read, they cut corners building this thing.
First of all, if you know anything about ocean and pressure, like you don't cut corners when it comes to something.
No, I wouldn't think you would want to do that with when it comes to making an automobile, something within aviation, or even something for like a boat, a submarine, whatever the case may be.
And the crazy part is, all these people who were in there were billionaires, so they could have spent money together, pooled their money together, and created something that was seaworthy. And this thing was the size of a minivan, for the lack of, or just probably a little bigger in scale, obviously. Yeah, but like, what are you expecting it to be?
I wasn't expecting some giant, U-571 submarine kind of thing.
And those don't even go near as deep as what they were going. Like the military ones, they don't go as deep as what people think. They don't go to the bottom of the ocean.
Which leads me to my next kind of like, whoa, kind of moment. It's like, hey, you're going very deep into the ocean to where typical sea creatures that we're aware of do not go down into.
Well, yeah, that we're aware of. Yeah, yes. Like a whale probably goes a little deeper than a submarine. I think there's a chart somewhere. Let me see if I can find that.
Yeah, here, while Jared pulls that up. And then I also read, again, I don't know if there's any validity to this, but there was a guy that was on that team when that thing was being constructed who at one point just said, hey, you know what? This thing isn't safe for what you guys want to do with it. And then he was later fired. Now, I'm not saying that he was fired because of what he said. Maybe he was
fired. He was fired for exactly the reason that you think he was.
And
because it would have cost them more money, probably.
And that is a shame. And I think that's where the quote unquote the joke comes from. It's just this was not a good idea to begin with. And then what really just kind of blew my mind was the fact that this thing was being operated with a gaming controller.
Logitech. It was I think it was a Logitech.
A Logitech. That just makes no sense to me.
It does, because everything is fly by wire these days anyway. Even a lot of cars, the steering is done through electronics.
No, and that's fine, but I would think that something more.
You think they would have designed a customized one?
Or, yeah, just something more that looks more sturdy and functional. I mean, the thing is a controller, and it's just like, hey, we're going to send this 15,000 feet under the sea. And it's like, wait, hold on.
I think it was more than that, bro.
Or, yeah, but regardless, it's like, I don't know. It just doesn't sound like a good idea.
I want to find this chart.
And then Jared's pulling that chart up. Folks, if you're watching or you're listening, thank you for joining us first and foremost. What are your guys' thoughts on this whole submarine escapade that unfortunately ended in the loss of life of 5 individuals. But do you think it was the right thing to do? And then you have people out here and kind of criticizing, like, oh yeah, I hope they die, and it's like, oh my god, like, no.
Yeah, I thought that stuff was a little too far.
That's way too far. I mean, laughing at a meme on the internet is one thing, but in the midst of it all, it's I was hoping that they could find him, but then I started thinking, it's like there was no sort of kind of tracking device on this thing that would, but you would think they would potentially be too deep down into the ocean for any type of signal.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think GPS would work through.
I kind of had the same thought process, but I was just like, wait, what do you mean they can't find it? Isn't there something that, a plane has a black box and, this and that? But then I thought, hey, if you're in the water under the ocean, I'm sure at a certain point.
Even a plane, if it goes underwater, you're not going to be able to track it because satellite is line of sight. Like, you have to be able to actually be in line with the satellite to get a signal from the GPS.
I got you. All right, so my theory was correct. All right, or I wouldn't even say it was a theory, but my thought process.
And plus, I don't think the signal would be able to penetrate that deep. That's what she said, but
that's actually a pretty good one.
Where's that shit at?
I don't know, man. I don't know, but it's just really unfortunate what had happened, and it was on the news, and then they went down to go see the relics or the debris of the Titanic, which, famously for obviously anybody that's been living under a rock, sunk in, what was it, 1911, 1912? Something. Yeah, I think around that time period, hitting the giant iceberg and then sinking into the sea. And, there's a whole movie about it, award-winning, one of the greatest films ever made. And then, since we're talking about the Titanic, James Cameron, who apparently, which I didn't know this, or I think I did know it, but I didn't really think too much about it, is he has made at least 30 different expeditions down to the bottom.
Yeah, there was a thing on National Geographic. I can't find that chart now, but there was a thing on National Geographic though. Was it National Geographic or it's Disney now? But anyway, they did a whole thing on it. This is the reason The Way of Water took so long. Okay, because part of that research to make that film was him going deep diving down to see. I think they had to design their own sub to go down to those depths. But he has the money to, those guys had the money too, but actually I don't know if they had the money. I think they just had the money to pay for the ticket. Yeah. I'm not sure if he went down before to the Titanic before he made the movie. I don't know if the technology was good enough back then. But I know, a lot of that was research for the way Avatar: A Way of Water. Okay. He was just looking at different creatures and seeing how thermodynamics and
that's pretty fascinating. Shit. But then and then another thought popped in my head. This thing was like rapid fire. My brain was on fire this week, Jared. It was just like
there's a first. There's the first, ladies and gentlemen. RJ's brain is on fire.
It is on fire. But why? Okay, so if James Cameron can go down there 30 times and come back, why couldn't these guys do the same thing?
Because I just said it. He probably had a better equipment. But like I said, he actually designed that equipment or had somebody helping him with it. But
I would just think, and I know this is going to sound slightly asinine or dumb, but I would just think if something like that is going to occur, you would utilize the best possible stuff that you have. Like,
I don't know the circumstances, but like, to be honest, I never even heard of this company before all this shit. So I couldn't tell you what the thought process behind any of it is. I don't know why anybody would want to go down to see that shit because I don't care how much money I have. And I actually was having this discussion the other night with someone once we found out that they had found the debris. And I was like, for me, and it could be the same for those guys. For me, if I had the money, I would definitely go to space. But I'm going to make sure I'm in some equipment that has been proven and gone up and down numerous times before I decide I'm going to actually...
Hey, sign me up!
Yeah, but at the same time, I know the risks that come along with me trying to go to space. And when I say go to space, I mean I'm going to orbit like a couple days before I come back. I'm not going to do that bullshit
Yeah,
Blue-
we're here, all right, to bring me back. You know,
Blue Origin. Like it's like the Superman ride where you go up and then you're weightless for like 4 seconds as it's coming back down. I'm like, fuck out of here with that shit. I want to experience the whole thing of going around the Earth within an hour and a half.
That would be pretty dope, but I would probably poop myself like a lot.
Well,
like a lot of poop, dude.
Well,
like,
you would be also sitting in your poop a lot.
Yeah, well,
it ain't like there's a bunch of shitters out there.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. I know there aren't any shitters, and then apparently these guys in the sub, you know, they were on a strict diet because they had the little curtain bathroom in there, and it just what a horrible way to die, man. And all
well, I saw a video today. The guy explained. He was explaining like the kind of the science and the math behind how they would have died
in the implosion.
Yeah, by the time they realized that they were being crushed, they would have already been dead because it's the amount of pressure that it was. It would have. I think he said like 10 milliseconds. It would have taken for that whole thing just to, and then, it takes like 100 and some milliseconds for your brain, your nerves, and everything to process that, and then like a little bit longer for your eyes to notice that you're about to be gone. So they probably never even knew what was happening. They probably heard some creaks and like on the hull, and then whoop.
Damn, that's crazy, dude. That's just nuts, man. And it just, I don't know.
And then the other thing they were saying about that, they were saying, he said, well, this is a little more gruesome. So what would happen basically once they're imploded, like their bodies just become like jelly squirting out through the cracks of the thing, and they're just back to the circle of life, like fish or whatever is going to eat.
Damn, that's so crazy, man, dude.
But we all end up in the same place, so
yeah, I know, man. But it just like, man, fuck.
Well, not really. They're at least going back to the earth. A lot of people are buried, which is kind of a waste because that means you're not going back to the earth. And even cremation is not like going back to because you're taking all the nutrients, burning all the nutrients off that would send you back to this whole ecosystem of.
So when Jared kicks the bucket, folks, we're throwing him in the woods, and that's all we're doing. Yeah,
let her fucking. There's I don't know if I talked about it before. There's I think it's Nepal. They have these kind of burial ceremonies. Well, they'll take people's bodies out to like where these hawks or vultures, like turkey vultures, are, and let the turkey vultures eat them. Like they're already dead.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a, let me see, Nepalese burial ceremony. See if I can find a video on it.
But you feel it's the more proper way for things to kind of.
I didn't say proper. I just think that it's more guaranteed that you're going back to Earth, to the actual Earth. And
that place looks amazingly beautiful.
Well, it's Nepal. That's where Mount Everest is.
Oh, my goodness. Who took these photos? Those are incredible.
Bruh, have you ever been on the internet before?
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. Today, it's just very bright, colorful. I like this. It makes me happy. Reminds me of paint and all sorts of other numerous.
You need a hobby.
I have a lot of hobbies.
Besides gaming.
I mean, I hang out with you. That's a hobby.
That's not a hobby.
It is a hobby.
That's
Doing this
socializing.
podcast, socializing is a hobby. And I said it. Doing this podcast, folks. All right, so we're looking at photos of Nepal, and that looks to be on fire.
No, that's not the one. Oh,
okay.
Oh, yeah,
so
sky burial. That's what it is.
a sky burial. So they basically just prop you up on a hill and let
Hold on. I'm trying to find a video.
All right. Oh, Jared's going to find a video for us, folks. I like that. Not the first time on the Mad Scientist Lab, but not very common. So
it's common enough. I just like not every video you can just be out here playing and shit.
Let's see. Fascinating funeral rituals.
I should have went to YouTube.
A YouTuber. Let's see. Why Nepal Christians can't bury their dead.
Maybe it's Tibet.
Oh.
Yeah, Tibetan sky burial. That's what it is.
Sky burial is simply the disposal of a corpse to be devoured by vultures. In Tibetan Buddhism, sky burial was believed to represent... Oh, we got the video up.
Hold on. I want to... Just so everyone knows, before I play this, I want them to see the warning. That way I don't have to do it later.
Hope you could kindly understand. I don't think everybody asked me if I could kindly do that. All right, so we got the video rolling, folks. Here we go.
I'm not gonna have the sound on it. Oh shit.
Dude, that looks like a big ass bird.
Yeah, a big ass bird.
Well, let's see. So he's just swooping down. Oh. I'm sitting here with Jared, and we are currently watching the birds fly across the canyon. The Wheel of Life. Ooh.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, that's all that. Let's see if we can find.
I want to see the pecking. Oh my. Oh.
That's what you think it is.
Yes. Ooh. Dude, just lugging them around. I'm sorry. That was not what I was expecting.
I mean, it's a body.
I know, but it was just so kind of like, dude's just kind of like walking down the road.
I can't find the actual. Oh, here it goes. Nope, that's not it either.
Okay. Vultures are hungry. Oh, man, that's a big field of them.
Yeah. Finally, they reached the Sky Barrel platform. So then you have that. Basically, people who are listening, I'm trying to find the actual part where they do the eating. Oh, see, so there's the body. And then, so yeah, so now the bodies are down there and they're eating them.
And this is a common practice.
Common practice in Tibet, yeah.
Pretty fascinating shit, dude.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
that's guaranteeing that you're going to return back to the earth because they're going to eat you and then you're going to get shitted out and all that.
Spend your whole life just to be shitted out by a vulture.
Bro, this is the thing with humans. We think we're way more important than we actually are.
Oh, dude, I mean, you know.
To the grand scheme of life and the earth, I guess.
Well, no, of course, absolutely. I mean, it is the circle of life, but that was pretty fascinating. Folks, if you had to get eaten, not alive, but by an animal, what would it be? I think I would want to be eaten by a gopher or a badger.
Why the fuck why?
I don't know. I just like the word gopher. It's just a...
So you want to be eaten by a gopher?
I would like to be eaten by a gopher.
That's weird.
It's not weird.
Yes, it is.
I mean, hypothetically.
First of all, gophers don't eat people.
I know that, but if I like the word gopher, so therefore I'm sticking with it.
The only thing you're probably guaranteed is like if you're in Africa, you might get a lion or fucking
lions are pretty cool.
Asia, you might get a tiger,
pretty badass.
Or you might get a mountain lion might eat your ass up.
Oh yeah.
You can go to California for that.
Yeah, if I was going to be eaten by a mountain lion, I definitely want to be dead beforehand. Just saying.
Oh, well, any of those.
Yeah, I think being no longer able to feel anything would more than likely benefit you in that situation. All right, so now we've learned something here, folks. This is a learning experience on this podcast, not only about science.
Sometimes.
Well, yeah, I guess, depending. But on this podcast that we do faithfully every Saturday at 6 p.m.-ish, live on Twitch.
Oh, okay.
Do you like my singing voice? I've been practicing lately. I've been watching a lot of
practicing what?
Singing.
Because that wasn't singing.
It's singing. I'm very loud, as you know.
Yeah, and that's why I keep telling you don't have to be up on the mic like that. Because there you go.
You can still hear me.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That actually kind of depresses me knowing that my voice carries that far. Well, at least
I've told you that plenty of times.
Well, put it this way: if we're ever in danger, people are gonna find us because I'm gonna fucking yell.
Oh yeah, you're definitely a screamer.
I don't scream.
You're flight and I'm fight.
No, that's not how that works.
Oh, it is.
Oh, the good old wheel and it keeps on turning. Oh, I'll tell you what.
Speaking of that, I've been watching some the same streamers I usually watch, but they were not on the No Pixel server this week.
Okay.
And they were doing variety, and like I see some games that we could play and like we could all stream. And then I think about it, I'm like, none of these motherfuckers have PC. So it's like I can't play fucking games with y'all, and we can't stream and do like a little like we could set up a Discord and talk through the game and it was cool. You ever heard of Pummel Party?
No, I haven't.
Pummel Party looks cool.
Pummel Party.
What's the other Goose Duck is a cool one.
Okay. This is I've never heard of any of this.
Well, these are like they're kids games
I got
for like E for everyone type thing, but it's still like it's fun with a group of people to play.
Oh yeah.
Then I was thinking, then there's another one that you just go to the browser, and we can still do this one because you can play from your phone, but it's called Code Names.
Okay.
And
this one sounds intriguing. I like this.
it basically it's kind of like a match game, but different. Like you have a code master,
All right.
or a spy master, and then you have operatives on your team, and you go against another team. It's like red and blue. The spy master can see the same words that the other team's spy master can see, but they know what color everything is.
Okay.
So you have to give your team one word to describe certain words that only your team the other team can see, but they can't tell whether it's red, blue, or the death card. Basically, there's like one word you can't get, or you automatically lose the game.
I got you.
But when you say the one word, you want to try to match whatever the other words are in common, because you got to tell your team how many of those words are associated with the word.
And this is called Code Name?
Code Names.
Oh, Code Name. Code Names. Okay, I got you.
So I'd definitely be down to play that, but you guys.
Yeah, we're stuck on what's called Diablo.
No, that's fine, but like you still can't play PC games.
Yeah, I know.
Like Ready or Not, it looks like a dope ass fucking squad. Like you have a whole squad because it's like hyper realistic. Like you're a SWAT team. So I told you about this a while ago.
Yeah.
It's yeah, you're a SWAT team, but you get all the equipment that a SWAT team would get. You get and then you have to like kind of work together as a squad or a fire team to clear rooms and take like find hostages and all that shit. But again, we can't play that because you guys don't have PCs.
We do not. But for anybody that does out there, hit Jared up. He needs some friends to play with. Just because currently me and God only knows how many other people are still playing Diablo 4.
Hit me on Twitch here or VizMad Scientist. Well, the beta's already been out. I haven't downloaded it yet, but that shit looks massive, so I would probably need a new computer for that.
Don't want to get like an external hard drive for it?
Well, no, Epic was talking about Starfield. I guess I could get an external hard drive.
Oh, Starfield. That is something I hope is good.
Wait, am I mixing Starfield? Oh, no, I'm mixing up Star Citizen and Starfield.
I got you.
Star Citizen is similar, but I think it's more like, I don't know. I haven't really looked into Starfield that deeply, but I think Star Citizen looks pretty cool too. Like it's like more realistic because you got to go buy everything. You got to buy your ship, and
I got you.
I've talked about
Yeah,
this
no.
And then the other one that I'm interested in was that I think it's only like a small amount of gameplay out right now. It's the new Star Wars that's supposed to be coming out.
Yes, it's kind of a space fighter game.
Yeah.
No, I have seen a brief, just portions of it. I haven't watched a full trailer for it, but I do know of it. So more Star Wars is always good, as long as it's good Star Wars, and you know how we feel about that.
This one's cool because you can go back and you're not just running around like in Survivor.
Yeah,
you're actually like flying, like you're in a fighter. I guess kind of like Battlefront in a way.
Well, do you know what I liked originally, way back in the day, that was really, really good, and I know you would have liked it too, is Star Wars Rogue Squadron for the GameCube, believe it or not.
I probably played it, but that was GameCube, bro.
Yeah, I know. So it was a long time ago, but I'm talking about in terms of, and I never really got into Battlefront like that, but in terms of space fighting, Star Wars games, that to me is still probably the best one. The game was a lot of fun, man. I mean, you could fly X-Wings, TIE Fighters, Y-Wings, you know.
Yeah, no, I get it.
All that shit.
I'm always looking forward to the newer version of something like that because they can add more stuff because the technology and the hardware is more advanced.
That should be amazing. Hopefully, if it's done right. If it's done, that has the potential to be awesome. So very much always looking forward to more Star Wars, folks. But I guess I'll touch in on, just to fill everybody in with my cool kid status.
Oh, my
God. Sorry, Jared.
So he says.
It takes a lot of effort and a lot of pressure to be as cool as I do.
Yeah, especially with that chain again.
I like my chain. You know, I almost didn't wear my chain today because you guys shamed me last week. You know, and I didn't feel good about it. But you know what I said? I'm going to stand up to bullies.
Why don't you get a gold one so it matches your watch?
I do have a gold one.
Or get a black watch.
I do have a gold one.
Is it thick like that?
No, it's it's a thinner one. It's got the letter R for my name, Richard. Radical Richard.
We know what your name is.
Ravishing Richard.
I don't know about that either.
Ridiculous Richard. You know, just anything you can think of. Anything you can think of. Oh, I was going to say something, but we can't say that on here.
What? Not what?
I was going to use the R word. Not the one you might be thinking of, but the R word.
What, retarded?
Yeah.
Oh, I say it all the time.
You do, but I don't want to offend anybody out there if they're, as our good friend Epic likes to say, a soft head. Okay.
I'm not offending anybody. I didn't call somebody that. I just said a word that's in the English language.
It is in the dictionary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Damn.
And guess what? It doesn't mean straight up fucking a person.
Would you?
It means slow.
It does.
Yeah, or to slow down. To retard something means to slow it down. That is not a bad word. Let me look it up just so we can put people at ease.
Yeah, we are. Oh man, I'm feeling kind of criminal right now, Jared. Are you
criminal about what? See, this is the problem. Motherfuckers are making you feel guilty for using fucking words that are in the English language. See,
I'm sorry.
To delay or hold back in terms of progress, development, or accomplishment.
I'm sorry.
Nowhere in that definition does it say anything about a particular person or group of people.
No, and I agree with you, but I think just turning and looking at it and it just being just present. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. I do.
I don't know why you're laughing. I just don't understand why it's funny.
Well, I thought it was funny.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you're laughing because it feels bad to you.
It's criminal. No, I know. I'm just teasing.
There's nothing criminal about it, bro. We just pulled the definition up.
There you go, folks. The definition of retard.
Now, if I call you specifically that, then it's fucked up. Then it's derogatory.
Exactly.
And if you use it to award a person who is special needs or whatever the term is these days, because it changes every 5 years, maybe 10 years.
I feel like it does too.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Then it would definitely be more wrong.
Yeah, no. And you shouldn't be making fun of people with disabilities.
And I'm saying that as the N-word is out there too, but then that also has its own set of rules as well.
There's levels to this shit, folks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you can't say what you want to say, but you still have to be aware of the consequences of what you say. And I don't want to say consequences because that sounds fucked up. Like a consequence, because if I say something
for you, motherfucker.
If I say something online, or if I say something at a comedy show and somebody didn't like it and they send me an email, then it's like, okay, sorry, I didn't mean to offend you, but I'm like, okay,
I got you.
It was a comedy show. Like, relax.
Yeah, I do find that weird though. People are odd, man.
What's up, Londa?
Londa, what's going on, man? What's going on? Speaking of comedy, I know you had a show this past week, and I know it's just like clockwork for you at this point. It's just something that you
I don't know why you ask me every week.
Well, I just want to know how it went. I wasn't there.
Okay, because you can never go. Yeah, that's right.
Well, that's right. I can't, so that's why I'm asking. Jeez, Louise, look at me being a good friend over here, folks.
No, or you could just ask somebody else who was there.
I don't know who was there. I know you were there because it's your show, so I feel you're the best person to ask.
It's
it's true. Like, it's your show, so why would I ask anybody else?
I mean, it was cool. We had some people from Tortuga Verde come through.
Oh, Tortuga Verde.
A lot of people who've seen stuff. Well, they haven't seen all of my newer stuff, but people, it was a good time. But my whole point is when I do them, even if there's not a lot of comics or there's not a lot of people, I still want to have fun and kind of get some kind of work done. But like, yeah, until I fucking start doing like, I get a chance to get other, like I wanted to go tonight actually, because Michael Shea is supposed to be at the Hotbed, working on some new material, but fucking tickets sold out in like 1 minute. And then one of my other boys is supposed to be there, and I was like, "Fuck, man!" I was trying to get in so I could get in where I fit in. I was like, "Oh, hey, you know what I'm saying? Just networking type thing."
Yeah,
I couldn't get in there.
Do you think, are you like the awkward networking type of guy? Like, hey, what's up, dude? I'm Jared. Got a podcast and a comedy show. You mind if I take a listen?
Bro, don't ever do that. Do not ever do that type of fucking bullshit impression of me again.
Well, that's because it's not you. That's the whole point of it. I know you don't do that.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, that's not how it works. Like, people show up. I kind of get there. Like, we get our contacts and we just, however it works. Like, it's just like a friendship. It's the same thing. It's a professional relationship that I'm trying to cultivate with other comics and potentially find other opportunities to perform in other places.
I like that word, cultivate. Jared is cultivating over here, folks, and I like it. And you guys should like it too. Support Jared, and if you don't, you smell like dick.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, I'm just telling you, probably doesn't smell pleasant either.
Did that work out in Londa?
Ooh, Londa's working out. Good for you.
Yeah, listening to us,
clanging and banging.
Yep,
It's gonna be like Big Papa Pump.
Don't be like RJ and have a bench set up in his basement and not use it because he only has 10 pounds worth of weight to put on.
I don't know what Jared's talking about, folks. He likes to. I've come to the realization in my life that being me is a struggle because everybody just wants to be me at all times.
You're the only one that struggles with life? Is that what you're saying right now?
No, I'm not, because that is, first of all, one, it's mean, it's rude, and I think most importantly, Jared, it's inconsiderate. Okay,
you're working out your thumbs out on fucking Diablo. You're not working out,
dude. You know what's funny? He is now several levels higher than I am.
Yeah, that's exactly. His thumbs are being worked.
Dude, it's mad addicting. I can't describe it. I just don't understand. I hate it. I actually discussed this with a couple of my customers this week. Okay, they came in. They said, "Hey, what are you doing this weekend, man?" I said, "You know what? I've been in a pretty good mood lately." I was like, "You know what, sir?" I said, "I'm going to play Diablo because I'm a 12-year-old boy." And he was like, yeah. And he was like, "I don't play anymore." And I was just telling him, I was like, "Yeah, I got my, whirlwind build going on my barbarian, got my fury level to this, so I was feeling like really cool."
What the fuck?
I'm just breaking it down for you.
I'm just bringing it down for you.
So it's one of the reasons I'm one of the most popular guys in school right now, dude. You should totally check out my build. But then I had another kid come in.
And pussies all across the world have dried up, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, there you go. That is the desert wind blowing past my dry balls. Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry. Anyway, then I had a younger guy come in, and he said, "Hey, man," he said, "can I get my oil changed?" I was like, "Sure, no problem." He's like, "I just woke up." He's like, "I didn't even know it was raining." I said, "Yeah, man, it's a lazy day." I said, "I'd rather be at home playing my Xbox right now." He said, "What are you playing, man?" I said, "I'm playing Diablo." He's like, "I was just playing that." And then I ended up talking to this kid for like 15 minutes before I even rode his car up. And I was like, "Oh, shit, dude, we got to change your oil. Why don't you have a seat, water and coffee inside, and I'll talk to you about your necromancer build when we're done."
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So, what the fuck? So just because Diablo's made me very popular lately at work and all the people are just ravaging for RJ, I'm so glad that we still have that. That was
Bro, if you say that one more time when I use that shit, I'm going to delete it just for the fact that you keep saying that.
Dude, I'm just glad.
Let the fucking sound effects be what they are. Yeah. Apparently the chat says your glass looks a little dry.
Well, I have been behaving. I haven't been drinking a lot recently. I've been doing good. I've been eating healthy, Jared. I've been eating healthy. Been doing those ball breathers to let my balls breathe. The ball breathers. Been doing that too. Mm-hmm. Feels pretty good knowing that, my balls are breathing.
Okay. What?
What?
What do you mean you're letting your balls breathe?
Yeah, there's like it's an exercise that allows your balls to breathe. It's like you transmute your energy up through your spine and into your brain, and it makes you like Megamind.
Oh.
It's pretty cool. I don't know if it's working or if I'm just fucking completely out of my mind at this point.
I'd go with number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, number 2, sorry.
He said number 2. That means pooping.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, folks. I'm a huge man child, and that's something you guys are going to have to live with. And something that Jared has to live with and has lived with every day for a long time. You should feel bad for Jared, folks.
Yeah. What's up with the coffee enema, bruh?
Oh, so I thought you guys had finally forgotten about it.
No, until we fucking have
It's funny you bring that
a
up,
partial video, then we're not going to forget about it.
The partial video. So I come home from work, I think, what was it, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday night. And, you know.
You were feeling a little backed up?
No, I am rather regular, sir. I like to be regular. Being regular is important, especially as you get older, folks. Pooping is very important. And, you know, my mom decided to clean the house, you know, do some, I guess, home decor and whatever, just normal mom stuff. So I come home, you know, hey, RJ, how was your day? Oh, it's fine, blah, 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 you know. Oh, I got a pot of so-and-so. Oh, cool. Walk to the kitchen, taking my boots off. And right there on my credenza, just my shelf. It's just the enema.
I'm sorry, on your what?
The credenza. Or it's not a credenza, a little shelf cabinet thing I got upstairs.
Oh, okay.
I know what a credenza, I used to have a credenza.
Oh, that's fine. I still don't know what it is, but go ahead.
It's like a giant cabinet. It's just like a giant cabinet. That's what it is.
That's some white people shit.
I would like to say I've never heard anybody else use this word.
Speaking of that, yeah, exactly. Except for
White people.
Yeah. And the other thing I didn't get to with the submarine is, let's just put it this way. I've never seen a black person in a submarine that wasn't in the military. And I still don't think they even do that. But yeah, just gonna put that out there.
Bro, I wouldn't go in the fucking ocean either, man. Like,
But apparently 5 motherfuckers would.
yeah.
At least 5 motherfuckers.
Dude, well, and bro, you don't know what's down there. What if a giant fucking squid just swallowed them whole? Like, we don't know that.
I mean, it's possible.
It's very possible.
We don't, again.
Dude, what if it like some sea creature that we've never seen before?
Bro,
Just like
there are plenty of sea creatures that we don't know of down there. You keep saying that.
Well, I know that, but I'm just telling you. What if they were just engulfed by one?
They weren't. They were fucking in fucking bunches of little pieces.
Ooh. Oh man, dude. I'm sorry, man. Some of the memes were. I'm gonna stop. Fuck.
Let's just put it this way: none of my feeds had any of those because I didn't know what was, like you said, I didn't know what was going on until I saw the memes going. I'm like, what the fuck is this all about? Then I was like, as soon as I hit TikTok, all the news that I immediately needed was right there. Just like today when I found out about that Russia thing.
Yeah.
My fucking entire TikTok feed was like explaining the situation that's going on in Russia.
We're learning more from TikTok folks than the actual.
Oh, no, because
world.
people, it gets up quick, especially from people who are already like boots on the ground. I remember when that war started, like, I saw some crazy ass videos. I'm sure they were taken down, but I saw some crazy shit.
No, I believe it, dude.
Like
I mean,
war type shit.
No, I mean, I think we live in such a.
Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Thanks for always joining us.
Viewing. Make sure you follow if you haven't been here before. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we do. It helps us, continue to, fund this show and just, our ego.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier, Londa. How it was a game controller that was being controlled by. I don't know. It, like I said, it's possible because shit, even Formula One cars are pretty much driven. Everything's fly by wire. So
something like that, I feel within a certain radius, and depending on what it is, I feel is acceptable. Okay.
What do you mean?
So say you've got the gaming controller and you're on a racetrack and you're spinning it around. Okay, no problem. You're on a racetrack. But going 13,000 feet, I would feel more comfortable controlling a car or a vehicle with a gaming controller as opposed to an airplane or a submarine.
I don't understand what the difference is.
In the sense of the confined space that is the track. Now, with the air and the sea, it's kind of limitless, if that makes any sense. I mean, you can go.
But it's electricity. It's all electronic. So if
I just feel the farther away you are, the more difficult it would be. That's all.
Why? It's run on electricity. There's batteries on the fucking submarine or the airplane to run everything.
Yeah, and I understand that. The way my mind works, which if it does.
I think you're
sorry.
You're thinking of it as I play video games on this thing, so it's not possible for something else to be controlled by it.
To maybe a tiny degree, yes.
And to be honest, they might have just been using the case of it, and then all the electronics on the inside of the fucking controller might have been different.
This is true. But I get, again, it's just something new to me.
Engineering, baby, engineering.
That's why you guys should go out there and buy a Jeep.
What?
That's
the worst piece of engineering on the planet.
That's where the joke comes from.
Oh, okay.
And we don't call them Jeep people, as my boss likes to say. We call them Jeeple. You get that? Jeep people? Jeeple? It's kind of like, one word, but that's two. Pretty cool.
I'm sorry, guys. I know we subject you all to his dad jokes every fucking week, but it is what it is. Some of you might like dad jokes. I personally don't, but
he doesn't, folks, and it's very apparent by his reaction and, well, just his overall mannerisms towards me about, pretty much on a daily basis. So it's
not just my mannerisms, my attitude towards you.
Look at me, I'm Jared. Yeah, No, but I don't know. I just I would feel more comfortable knowing that whatever I'm controlling is within my line of sight. If that makes sense.
I know because I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Because I got peanut brain.
No, it's not about peanut brain. I think you just.
You think I'm dumb, Jared?
It's a narrow way of thinking. Instead of thinking of the possibilities, you only think about what you know, instead of thinking outside the box.
Which is fine. And
it's not fine.
I understand.
That's what the world lacks is critical thinking.
I'm a critical thinker.
You say that, yet
I do critical damage in Diablo.
See, there we go.
So I actually have to get my crit damage up. It helps. It helps. Along with my bleed and
Bruh.
Dude, but for about an hour and a half before you come over, dude, I'm going to tell you, every Saturday, I lay in my bed and I look at the ceiling, and I'm like, all right, I have to somehow do what I'm talking about when Jared comes over. And then I, meditate. I get into this, form of Zen, dude. And I'm like,
you know what you can do? Read some shit.
I read a lot.
When I see certain things come across my feed, I don't know, I follow a few different science pages. So I'll see a headline that comes up. Everything's ads and then fucking clickbait these days, but
oh god, yes, ads are awful. I'm not paying for ad blocker.
But I do have stuff that is interesting, and I'll sit there and I may save it in the tab for later. I'm like, I'm gonna come back. Something came up, actually, and I didn't get to finish reading it, but let's see if I can pull it up real quick. All right, Epic, you're sending paragraphs, and I can't read them all at once.
Shout out to Epic.
Yeah,
we miss you, buddy.
Jeeps are driven by assholes. I agree with that.
Oh my god, actually, yeah.
Except for the SRT8 and the Trackhawk, that's my shit.
Those are really nice, man.
Yeah,
super super nice vehicles.
Have you seen any electronic issues with it?
I see electrical issues on all sorts of cars, man. So no.
Oh, this is actually that chart that I thought I was looking at.
Oh, I think I sneezed. Oh, I did sneeze, but
we all heard you sneeze.
Oh, I think I could see again. Oh, now I can tell what religion you are.
Oh, please enlighten me.
Jared Smith is from the planet Klingon.
That's not a religion.
You didn't let me finish, you fucking silly goose.
And
jeez.
Yeah, it was 20. Yeah, the Titanic is at. Here's a chart that I was looking for, actually. So a military submarine, Vanguard class, I guess, goes to 1,000 feet. That's 300 meters for everyone else in the world.
That includes me too, folks. So
the maximum depth of that sunlight penetrates is 1,000 meters or 3,300 feet. And then that sub, I guess what the last it was expected to be at a certain depth. I guess that's I'm gonna say 1,100 or 11,000 feet above the Titanic, or not above, but because the Titanic is at 12,500 feet or 3,800 meters.
That's crazy. And again, just the whole. But again, I guess to kind of go full circle with everything, with the event that happened, I guess the initial topic I had earlier was that the internet got a hold of this thing and just went crazy with it with a bunch of memes. And again, this is how I found out about the whole situation. I didn't even know this was going, just like you said. And it's like, oh, these are pretty funny. It's like, hey, what the fuck's going on? I keep seeing these memes. What's happening? Then I look it up, and it's like, oh, shit. Yeah. And,
people are floating in the bottom of the ocean.
And then you start to see posts on social media like, oh, anybody that's laughing at these is going to hell.
That's too far.
Yeah, and
I don't tell me what the fuck I can do on my feed. Like,
yeah, and
I get it. It is. I don't want to say it's a moral issue. It is a. You're just a shitty kind of person.
Yeah, of course.
But that's what the internet's full of. It's a bunch of shitty kind of people, or people who think they can they can be shitty on the internet because nobody knows who they are. You know,
yeah,
and anonymity.
Yeah,
I didn't say that right.
Whatchamacallit? But I think the internet by large is a negative space. It really is. You know,
I think it's 50-50.
I think it's a little. I know there's a lot of good out there. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel, or maybe we're just kind of accustomed to looking at it or for it, or we're just kind of more prone to seeing it. But if you go on any news article, any feed of anywhere, there is some form of negativity.
Again, those are not people who think they're anonymous. They're gonna put their comments, what they think is the only way to think, and put their comments there and just be shitty to people.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't lie. I've been guilty when I first got on Twitter many years ago.
Eons.
I think it was 2012, maybe a little earlier than that.
Back in 1905.
I used to talk shit to Kim Kardashian like on a regular. and then somebody
oh my God, that's hilarious.
And then somebody that I know was like, they were like, don't talk to my girl Kim K like that. It was like I personally knew this person.
Yeah.
But this person didn't know Kim K from the other day. But they saw my tweet to her because she was talking some crazy shit, probably about guns or gun violence. And I was like, I don't know. I said some wild shit.
Yeah. You know who I'm, bitch? I'm Jared Smith.
But then I started thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, it is kind of fucked up because they may not see everybody's comment, but they might catch some comments. Although she's getting millions of fucking comments, so it's not likely that I would have gotten seen. But the fact that somebody else saw it was like, oh shit, well maybe I should kind of tailor this back a little bit.
It's a small world after all. I don't know. I've just never been one to leave it. I remember, I guess during the whole COVID thing or whatever that was, I had left a comment on a local news page.
Oh no, that's the last thing,
dude. Yeah, I'll never do it again.
Wait, that was Facebook though, right?
It was.
Yeah, I mean, don't do it on their website for sure, but no, don't do it on their.
So
Facebook
again, I didn't even say anything out in particular, and I was just thinking. I just said, "Hey, I don't think this is right. This, and that," and that was it. I didn't bash anybody or anything. And dude, like 20 minutes later, I come back to my phone. I got like 80 replies, like, "Who do you think you are, RJ Steinbach?" And I was like, "Oh my God!" And then I sat there, and I was like. And then I was getting frustrated. I was like, yo, who the fuck is this douchebag trying to tell me what my opinion is? And then I'm like, oh, my God, this is the problem with the world. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm never commenting on anything again. That doesn't pertain to me in particular.
Yeah, I feel the same way. To be honest, and thank goodness, because it's helped me. Because one of the two of the streamers that I watched the most were on Facebook. I mean, that's how I found them. So, like, and again, I watch streaming all day. So, like, I would be on fake. That would literally, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, these motherfuckers are getting all my fucking time on Facebook, which I don't want to spend my time on Facebook. So then these two people have now since moved back to Twitch. So it's like, oh, I can just be on Twitch all day. and not have to ever go to fucking Facebook, which has been quite enjoyable for me.
Yeah, Facebook is awful, dude.
I mean, all of the social medias are awful,
Dude,
pretty much.
All that's on there is ass everywhere. Ass everywhere.
Oh, Instagram is wild.
Dude. And it's like, oh my God, no wonder everybody's just like, you know, like.
And amped and addicted to everything. And then the Instagram shit will lead you from, not me personally, I'm just saying, will lead you from their page or their profile on Instagram and we're like, check out my OnlyFans.
Yeah, there it goes.
Or,
there it goes,
like,
folks.
Rated 0.10 or whatever the fuck the rating is out of however many on OnlyFans. Or click on my Linktree. Linktree is their YouTube, their OnlyFans, and probably their Twitch, because a lot of these chicks are doing Twitch now just because they know they can make money off of Twitch.
Off of the simps?
Just because they're hot and.
You mean the nerd guys like me that get no action?
But then you go, and I've been doing research, and like if a chick says, "Oh, join me on Twitch," then I'll go to their Twitch, and then I'll look at like when the last time they streamed, what games they play, and then it's like last streamed 18 days ago, fucking Legends of blah blah blah. The only time they ever fucking stream, just because they're looking for the clout and looking for that quick boost.
Yeah. If you ain't a real gamer, get your shit off of Twitch. I don't want to see your ass and titties on camera. I want to see them in person, bitch. There you go.
The fuck?
I don't know who that was, folks, but it certainly wasn't RJ.
Medium rare cookies. Why are you ordering medium rare cookies?
Is that a thing? Medium rare cookies?
That's what Epic said. Oh, he said a lot of things.
Oh, well,
but he's right. Everybody can see what he's saying. He's writing paragraphs and shit.
Hopefully he's having a good. I miss you, Epic. Get on the line. Find some internet.
Yeah, get a PC so we can play some real games that these guys are.
Yeah, you'll
playing.
probably have more fun with Jared than me and Al just running around with our little demon characters chopping things up.
Yeah, let's play Ready or Not. I'm down for that.
Ready or not, me and Al are coming for that ass, Lilith. Uber Lilith, level 100. Gonna kill it. Gonna kill it. Da, 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 da.
Oh yeah. Are you talking about the subscription thing? Yeah. Londa is talking about. There's a new thing on Instagram where you can basically subscribe to their exclusive content. It's Instagram is famous for this. Once Facebook bought them, they're famous for taking shit from other platforms and integrating it into their,
like putting their own spin on it.
Yeah.
Like
Reels came from TikTok. Well, they had Stories, which was Snapchat. Well, they still have both of those, but Stories was from Snapchat. Reels was from TikTok. Now they have the subscription thing, which is, I mean, pretty much everybody. If you have like 1 million followers, like subscriptions makes sense because they're trying to keep people on Instagram instead of going to OnlyFans, because a lot of people who have the Instagram ones,
okay,
it's pretty much the same shit on their OnlyFans that's on their Instagram, but maybe a little more risque.
Ooh, risque.
But they don't have to. They're not necessarily showing boobs or holes.
Yeah.
I think I talked about this before.
Talk about holes all the time. Please continue.
Yeah, that's all I was saying. I said something about something starting in 5 minutes.
It's probably the world boss or Legion.
Yeah,
event.
that's what he's talking. What is that? I don't know. What does that mean?
So a world boss in Diablo, because the map is shared by everybody, is basically a gigantic boss that spawns every 6 hours. There's 3 different and you get a lot of experience off of it, so everybody in the world can come fight him at the same time, and you get good loot from it. Well, the loot's not bad, but you get a lot of experience off it, and you get legendary cash, which gives you various armors and items and things of that nature. It's just a good thing to do while building your character.
Okay. So you can do this every 6 hours. You don't have to do it at this very moment.
No. So once the world boss is killed, from my understanding, one spawns every 6 hours. That could be slightly off. But then you can just redo it. Like some nights.
So wait, does everybody fight this person?
Yeah, whoever's in the area, whoever decides to come over. Which typically the several that I fought, maybe I've probably only fought a world boss maybe 4 or 5 times. I would say there's probably about 8 to 10 people that take on this, creature or whatever, and it's fun. It's just a really simple game, but it's so it branches off. It's just so complex.
Well, that's how I told you. That's how they're designing games now. They're just designing them to keep you sucked in.
The replay value on it's dumb. The way you build your tree and all that. I mean, I've been looking up, and I normally don't do this.
Oh, no, I was about to. I heard something, but it was about Final Fantasy 16. They were saying,
which also came out this week.
Yeah, they said the end was kind of clunky, but I've only heard one brief person talking about it, so I can't really speak on it. But
I will say I've been looking up various YouTube videos from some, not even streamers, but just kind of like semi-pro YouTubers or whatever, and how they're building their characters because there's so much loot with so many different. There's a lot of math involved with it.
How many subscribers do those YouTubers have?
I would say a couple thousand. I would say the one YouTuber I do watch, or I haven't watched recently, but I followed him for a long time.
Oh,
is,
a couple thousand. Yeah, that's not a lot. I thought, like, if you got over 100,000 subscribers,
well, the one guy,
you're a professional YouTuber.
Yeah,
not a semi-professional.
Regardless, but information with this is helpful in any degree. So I've been just looking at various videos, tweaking small little things. It's like, oh, hey, this will give you this much more percent. There's a lot of math involved with it, believe it or not. I mean, not overly complex, but
negatives and minuses.
Well, just percentages and how things stack, and there's with your armor, and so it's something very new for me. That again, the idea is simple, but you can do like a million things with this stuff. So I just find it, it's a lot of fun. I'm having a blast with it. They're supposed to be starting a season in the middle of next month, with the whole battle pass and, just adding more content to it.
All right, I'm done with Diablo.
I know. I'm not done with Diablo.
I know you're not.
Dude,
I can't wait for another game to come out so we can stop talking about this shit.
Well, we got till probably September when Starfield comes out.
It's a long way away.
We have a nice summer full of baseball ahead of us. Did you have fun at the game the other night? Or the other afternoon?
It was ridiculous.
Were you
we got
fucking
there,
lit?
We got there at 11 something because we had Diamond Club and we wanted to take full advantage of Diamond Club. So
good for you, sir.
We were like one of the first people in the little dining area, I'm sure he will play later.
Don't worry, I'll be online. I have to actually go to a brunch tomorrow morning. One of my high school friends is in town.
What the fuck that mean?
It just means that I'm going to a brunch and I have to look professional. It's fucking weird, dude.
To go to a brunch?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. My mom said she wanted me to look nice.
I mean, that polo you had on last week is good enough.
Yeah, that's the polo I'm going to wear because I don't really own any clothes besides my underwear.
And don't wear those fucking boots.
I like my boots.
I don't care. Wear your fucking dress shoes.
My cat ate them.
Oh, my God.
She did. I can't tell. That is not a lie. The dog ate my homework thing. I believe somebody that says that now because my cat ate my shoes. I'm not fucking with you, dude. I
didn't say you were fucking with me. It's just
I don't know how it happened. It just did.
The shit that happens to you is it's just insane. Anyway.
Who are you telling? It happens to me.
So the game,
I feel it in my soul.
The game, they didn't win. It was kind of misty and rainy. I did see, it was weird. Like we were sitting up top because we had eaten so much and we were drinking at the same time, like, because it's all you can eat, all you can drink.
Oh, yeah, the good stuff.
So we're sitting there at one point and I was like, bro, I don't really want to go to the seats right now because it's kind of misty out there. And like after a while, mist still accumulates and you get wet. And I didn't really feel like being wet that day. But toward I think it was like the 8th or 9th, we finally were able to get ourselves together enough I think it was the bottom of the 7th, and go down to our seats. Did not realize how close our fucking seats were. We're like literally right in front of the actual luxury section, whatever that I think it's Terra Club now.
Yeah.
But then as we're sitting down, I fucking look up and I see Grant Paulson walking like he's leaving.
My man, GP.
And I waved to him, and he was like, and he came over and gave me dap. He was like, "What's up, man? How you doing?" I'm like,
"Oh, yeah." So
like,
you had a good day.
I was like, "Wait, what?" I don't know if he remembered me because I know I remember it, and I probably told this story on here before. And I've heard him tell this story, on the radio before, and I'm pretty sure it was me and Jay, because he was at the bar, right, like toward where the service bar at Lucky's used to be.
Yeah.
He was at the bar and he was talking to somebody else. And me and Jay were talking, and I don't remember what the conversation was, but it was like semi-serious.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who I don't think I had ever seen his face before. I knew he was from the radio, but I had never seen his face. But he was like, he just turned around. He was like, "Hey guys,
Yeah.
what's going on?" And he was just like,
Who the fuck are you?
and me and Jay were like, "Who the fuck is this motherfucker?" And then we just fucking kept back talking. Like, so.
Damn, my man dissed GP.
No, but I've heard him tell a story online, like how he was somewhere. I don't think he ever named where he was at, but he was somewhere, and he thought he was like everybody would know who he was, so he went up to these guys. He probably tells it differently than I would tell it, but that when he told that story, I was like, "Yo, that is us." Like that had to have been us,
Dude, that's awesome. He's a chill dude, man.
Yeah, he's cool.
I've seen him in a couple places in the area, and then sometimes if I'm listening to the radio the next day, if I do catch him, because they're on in the afternoons now, and he's like, "Oh, I was out last night eating so and so," and I was like, "Oh my god, I saw him eating his dinner," and I'm like, "Oh my god, yeah." So I'm like, "I was there."
Yeah,
You know,
apparently he moved to Ashburn, but he's not down the street anymore.
that kind of stinks, man.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's okay. Regardless, doesn't matter. The only thing that matters in life, folks, is this podcast. The best podcast in North America, the world, and yes, you guessed it right, folks, soon to be Cuba. I'm telling you. 3 people. I just need 3 people from Cuba to subscribe to the show. Let us know they're from Cuba. We are going to have some sort of proof that they're in Cuba, unfortunately. Just, because it's 2023, folks. You can say, "Hey, look, I'm a man," but you're really a woman. Or you're a woman, but you're really a man.
Whoa.
Kind of thing. Well, it's
marching down some rough territory there, buddy.
it's rough territory. It's slaying the demons of hell every day in Diablo. I tell you.
If you say it one more time, I swear to God.
It's all right. I won't bring it up again. It's a lot of fun, folks. I highly encourage you to play it, especially if you're, a fan. You know what it's like being great, Jared? It's kind of difficult. You have to just kind of shine and blind the others with your greatness. And that's all I've got to say about that. You guys like that one? So, folks, thank you for listening to episode 187. Oh, my God, on An Undercover Cop. I wish I would have wore a do-rag today.
Oh, it is 187.
Yeah. So
187 on An Undercover Cop.
So since it's Saturday night, put on your Chuck Taylors, get your khaki suit, your lowrider.
Can we do that? Can you think that would be a good title? On an Undercover Cop.
If it doesn't get banned, then it's a song.
We're gonna try. We're gonna try it.
Well,
we're gonna push the limits of YouTube this week.
Yep, man. If you don't see us again, folks, I just want you to know that Jared is secretly gay. So until next week, folks. Yeah. But
here's what I got for you.
I got news for you. That means you're gay.
And it's very true, folks. So until next week, please always like, share, comment, subscribe. You can catch us anywhere you get your podcasts. It's Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube on Monday for the visual at 9 a.m. Oh, my God. We're just everywhere. We're in your house. We're in your fridge. We're in your bed. Yes. Your bathroom. There we go, folks. So until next week, you guys be safe. As always, like, share, comment, subscribe, review, and be safe. I am so good at this that I want to touch my own legs.
That's gross.
It's weird. I'm doing it.
I'm gonna hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio skulls all day.
The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab.
You can't have an opinion on something that you haven't even tried.
Exactly.
The merit scientist